For this video, we will be looking at a concave curve. With right sides of fabric together, sew at 1/4 inch seam allowance, seen here on the needle plate. Put your presser foot down and begin to sew a straight stitch, backstitching, and then moving forward. Make sure to move slowly over the curves to ensure you get a steady 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. Use both hands to guide this fabric through the machine. Make sure not to get your hand caught underneath the needle. Once you get to the end, make sure to backstitch and sew forward, locking in your work. Lift the presser foot and needle and take your fabric, snipping the thread. Here's what it should look like right after sewing. Next, you will grade one side of the seam allowance. Once again, make sure not to clip through both sides. Grading is taking one side of the seam allowance out. Be careful when you clip through the curves to ensure you're not going too far into the seam allowance. Next, you're going to clip your seam allowance all the way around. When sewing a concave curve, you clip. When sewing a convex curve, you notch. Clipping allows the garment to ease, so when we turn it inside out, or right side out, it will have ease and not bundle awkwardly. Next, we will take our work back to the ironing board, turn it right side out, and press flat. This process takes time, so be patient. Don't force the fabric in ways it doesn't want to go. Observe what the fabric is doing and see how it's folding. Allow that to guide how you press. Once the piece is pressed flat and turned right side out, take it over to your machine. For this project, we will be using a zipper foot. To change the machine foot, press this black button and release the foot. Bring in your zipper foot and line up the bar of the foot with the press. The right-hand notch of the zipper foot should line up with the hole the needle goes down into to retrieve the bobbin thread. Once this is lined up, push down on the black lever at the back of the machine to lower the presser and attach the foot. Here's the back view of this action. With the zipper foot in place, put your fabric underneath and sew as close to the fold as possible. Stitch a few and backstitch, then straight stitch forward. Going slow and making sure you maintain a steady stitch. This stitch we are doing is called a top stitch. Make sure to use both hands to guide the fabric through the machine. Maintain an equal distance between the fold and your stitch throughout the entire piece to make it look clean. Once you have top stitched around the whole curve, backstitch and stitch forward to lock your work in. We will now repeat this further in from the original top stitch. Using the right-hand side of your presser foot, line it up with the stitch you just made. Lower the presser foot and begin stitching a straight stitch. Remember to go slowly over those curves. Don't rush the process. Once you reach the end again, backstitch, forward, and clip. With both top stitches, bring your work back over to the ironing board and press flat. You have now sewn a concave curve.